Tell me, are you Rapture ready? Because we're going in for Chapter 5. Thanks for coming back, guys. I appreciate all of your viewership, and that you are willing to watch the 1 millionth Let's Play of Super Meat Boy on the internet. Means a lot to me. Warms my heart. So, this is the point at which I have stopped going into warp zones, as you can see. Mostly because I remember the Skyscraper warp zone, and that gave me nightmares. Although I did beat it. Just took a while. It was not pretty. I don't even remember if that's in Light World or Dark World. But either way, I just wanted to stay the hell out of all of them. This is one of the levels I can't stand in Dark World. For some reason it always gives me a lot of trouble. And usually getting that bandage gives me a little trouble too, but that time I just sort of slid right through. And I was thinking, wow, the pressure's on. I did so well. I better not die on that last saw. So I put all of my concentration into it, and I didn't die, so I get to make up for it by dying 20 times on this level for some reason. This is one that I usually have very little trouble with. I really like the little detail around the repulsor orbs, how it knocks out the background of the skyscraper. I think that was a very nice thing, like a little touch. It's really not that hard to get up there. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Dark World of this I don't think I found to be that difficult. And I really like the slidey effect of going in between all of the saw blades. Ugh, made this so arduous, just finish it. Talking to myself on the internet now. Look what Meat Boy's done to me. I like this one too. Very simplistic. Very easy, too. I remember that being hard the first time I went through it. And I couldn't remember which side Bandage Girl was on, so I picked left for some reason. I remember the first time going through that this one also gave me quite a bit of trouble. I think it took me 2 tries on this. It's all that last little jump right there. You gotta make sure you get the arc right. I was tempted to just go for that last jump straight through, but I didn't. And I know about the warp zone there. I was willingly ignoring it. You'd think after making levels where all you do is catch keys in the air that I would be pretty good at catching keys in the air, wouldn't you? But no. I was just really off on the timing for some reason. Not so much trouble with the first one, it's just this one for some reason. And then the warp zone taunting me from the corner every time. This chapter is very consistent in its visual theme, I've noticed. Not quite as much in the Dark World, but at least in the Light World, the sort of navy... You want to call this navy cobalt, maybe? I don't know. Background blue color, and silver, gray, white, and dark blacks. It's a very nice contrast together. I like the way that looks. Especially with the light rays and the water droplets and all the wires tangled up. Really very effective in pushing that visual idea. You know, I never use those straight lines very much when I'm level editing. I always just use the curved wires. And I hardly ever use the smoke either. They look so nice. Should really use those more. Now this is a level I've done so many times that I'm very surprised that this is still difficult for me. I couldn't remember where to do the jump. I just remember I know somewhere I have to jump and then get underneath the saw blade, but I just wasn't remembering it. It wasn't triggering. So I just start jumping sort of arbitrarily. And then somewhere in there it dawned on me, well, I still can't remember where I'm jumping, but I know when I get to the end I'm going to probably lose and start over again. Because that final jump was the one that always got me. And somehow, some way, with a little bit of concentration and effort, I made it through on my first try through that jump. This is not the hardest level either, and I made it overly complicated because I wanted to go through the top for some reason. I don't know if I was like showing off that I knew that that was there or something. Whatever, I got the bandage. And then... did I make it back? I don't remember. Oh, I guess I did. Unless this guy got me. No, I'm way more careful than that. Cool. This level. Not hard either, and with the kid I would have just double jumped, gotten up there, and just climbed until I got the key. But since I'm trying to be super cautious meat boy, I decided the best course of action is to keep forcing the meat clones, or whatever you call them, into the saw blades, which I probably would have been better off just ignoring them entirely and just jumping over them. I think more than once I give myself on that too. Alright, get the key. Nope, don't get the key. Now get the key. Yes. Don't fuck up. Perfect. This level usually gives me quite a bit of trouble, and for some reason I only died a couple, maybe once times. Maybe one time. Once times. And usually right here, I time it wrong and then the thing comes up and smacks my foot. So I was going about my business thinking everything's fine, why don't I just use the normal path? And I failed a few times, and then it dawned on me, well, I don't need to use the normal path because I can jump over it, because I'm super smart, right? Well, you'll see what happens in a second. Oh, and I go, oh look, it's a band-aid, but I can't get to it because I can't double jump. So I go, let's go over the top, because that's what smart people do, they just avoid everything. And this time, it went okay. But now I've found my way to progress, and I totally screw up the jump, and then I go in the warp zone. And now it's like, challenge accepted, and I have to go through Happy Sunshine Island. Which is actually, this is probably about the easiest one of the warp zones that are this far in. So I probably shouldn't complain. And I already screwed up getting the band-aid the easy way, which is to jump straight at it from the left island and tag that brown brick underneath the saw blade and then just jump up. Then you can skip the whole little teeth area underneath. But actually that didn't go too badly. And then we've got this one with the extremely loud saw blade shooters. I just jumped a little too low there for some reason. Why are they that loud? You know, one thing you never hear talked about, and Super Meat Boy is very well documented as far as its development process and things to do with it, but I've never heard much about how the sound effects were created. I know about the music, I know about the compositions, but what about, like, the jumping sound, and the saw blade sound, and the bricks crumbling sound? Who did those? I'm sure someone in the comments will let me know. Was it all the same guy? Anyway. So I cleared that on my last life, and then this one, probably the easiest of the three. But you know me. Take something easy, make it hard, and just completely blow that jump for some reason. So let's do that the right way this time. Tag the low block, grab that, grab the key, and then don't be retarded and go back down. I have a much better angle to hit the jump from over top. Perfect. Now I just gotta slide through there and make sure to jump off before the bottom. Everybody's happy. Alright, so back to level 12. How about we actually beat it this time? And how about we go back up like an idiot? I just proven that I can't effectively jump over that warp zone, and then I go and do it again. Except it works this time. So I have a question. The solid surface right there that I'm standing on, did they patch that into the game? Because I don't remember having there be a solid surface there. I mean, maybe I'm just completely wrong on that, but I don't remember it. All you hardcore Meat Boy players out there, let me know, because I'd like to see if I'm right on that. Did you notice the nice touch? There was actually a maggot crawling on the lowest point of the floor. So one of those little details you just look right over. And all the smoke on the silhouette looks really nice. And here's me attempting to show off again. And hey, look at me, I know how to beat this level without getting all the keys. I'm so cool I can land right on the platforms. I'm so cool that pretend I didn't just do that and do it again. I'm so cool that I go for it a third time. Okay, that time it worked. Oh, no it didn't. Let's be more cautious now. And I have awakened the ire. Oh, no I didn't. No, I died. It would have taken way less time to just actually get the damn keys and go to the exit properly. But I'm just so insistent on things like sequence breaking. That was so unnecessary too. What am I, a matador now? What the hell? Why am I doing this? I mean, hell, it was late when I did this, but it's like, I shouldn't be out of my mind. I also thought that this final jump up was easier too. Maybe I had a double jumper when I did it before. And not having that thing on my ass would have made it easier too. This one really surprised me. This level I remember playing a few dozen times before I got the hang of it, and this time, first try. Not even a thing. A+. And, you know, who in their right mind doesn't do this trick every single time they see this level? Yeah, that trick, the one where you fall to your death. No, the other trick. Thought about getting to the bandage, but didn't really care. I feel like we're almost at the end of the game already, and bandages aren't really going to make a huge difference. The dark world of this particular level was probably one of the hardest levels, I think, in the game. I have no idea what it is about it that was so hard. Maybe it's just all the projectiles. But that was one of the last few levels that I couldn't beat of Dark World, and especially couldn't A+. Maybe that's really what the challenge was. I wasn't feeling the repulsor orbs on this playthrough for some reason. The general consensus among people is that they're usually pretty hard, and I've always felt like they're not that hard, but this time, kind of eat my words, they feel pretty hard today. Yeah, I was not being patient, but I still got in. Alright, so we're almost to the end now. Forgot that there's a button up there I have to hit. And didn't make it out in time. Those saw blade shooters can mess me up sometimes too, the homing ones. Didn't get me too bad this time, though. This area did. Is it third time's the charm? Fourth time? However many times? I don't remember. I love that window with the little boxes. Consistent motif all the way through. This level looks like it took a while to design. On Judgment. This is one I played a lot of times trying to get the bandage at the end. Ha! You like that? Like, no space to maneuver, yet I still found a way through. And then I made a really unfortunate jump right there. I went, oh look, a hole, I'm free! And then immediately into the saw blade. And I think I fixed it on this one. I didn't try for the band-aid though. So if I did, I would have been doing this for a while. That is a pretty obnoxious placement for a bandage, I have to say. It's probably one of the more obnoxious ones. And then we get to fight Larry, or the Larrys, and I pussed out. I'm sorry, I didn't feel like dealing with him the proper way. I know this is not like new news, everyone knows about this, so it's like, it's kind of whatever. But I never actually used this exploit when I was playing the proper game. You know, the two times I went through it already, I didn't. Not like I'm sure that diminishes my awesome street cred with you guys. So that's the end of Larry, and that's the end of Chapter 5. So all we have left is the end and the escape. And I want to thank you guys very much for tuning in and sticking with it for this long, because I know this probably isn't the most interesting thing in the world, but I appreciate it very much. And have a great day. Later.